Hello and welcome back to Megan TT Hobbies. I am trying a video without my little microphone thing because it was like rubbing up against my sweatshirt and you were hearing that. So this is take number 3 or 4. So let's go ahead and get started. This is Spring Training 2019 with the St. Louis Cardinals Organization Recap, Part 1. So I spent about a week down in the, Albacoa and Jupiter area down by Palm Beach. And I went to 2 major league games, and then I saw lots and lots of minor league practice and some scrimmages, and then a few innings when they played the Nationals recently. And it was a ton of fun. I mean, it was just so much fun. Barely slept when I was there. Had to remember to eat, to stop collecting autographs and go and eat normally a late lunch. And then I don't even know how to describe it because it was just so much fun. Other videos that I will share will talk about kind of my experiences there. Let's do some videos for the baseball cards that I got, because I got a ton of baseball cards signed since that is my main focus. A few photographs too. But today's video is about the different baseballs that I got or that I got signed, and so I wanted to put this video together to share with you. So this first one that I'm going to show you, and I took these down with me because they're the Major League with Manfred on it. So this is Mr. Manager of the St. Louis Cardinals, Mike Shildt. Let's see if we'll kind of focus in there. There, a little bit better. He puts Psalm 15 and then he signs underneath it. He was absolutely amazing and super nice guy. He's got a little southern twang, but he would be like the first guy in the clubhouse and he was the last one to leave. So if you wanted him to sign for you, you were there for a long time. For the night game, he came out at like maybe 10:30 or 11. For the 1 o'clock games, he was coming out generally between 6 and 7. So early on in the week, I had him sign a baseball for me. But like I said, super nice. I think he has a lot of respect of the players because he has come up kind of through the Cardinals system as well. Moving right along on a baseball that I also took. This is from none other than a baseball legend, Jose Oquendo. Hopefully pronouncing that right. I remember his name from baseball when I was a kiddo. He is no longer like with the big team for coaching, but he is totally helping out in the minors. He was always out in the minor league fields. They call it the quad, showing guys defensive work at like third and second and hitting balls to guys so they could field them. And somebody before me had just asked him to sign a bobblehead, so I had that ball with me. I had one card, but I couldn't find it quick enough, so he was definitely worth putting on a baseball, and I'll show that to you real quick. And the cool part was he's like, so where do you want me to sign it? And I was like, this sweet spot would be awesome. So he did just that. What other baseballs we have signed? So this next one is from current awesome Cardinals player, Michael Wacha. And it's smudged just a little bit, but that's not bad at all. There, you can see it. Because a number of the days were very humid. So good luck getting your pens and your markers to dry. And then some of the days it was even, one day like rained almost the entire day, and another day it was misting a whole bunch. So, but I think it turned out quite nice. I got him a couple of times. I also got him on some baseball cards, and when I did, I think he signed 4 of them because I had different ones, some rookies and the first Bowman, and then some quite new ones. So next time he stopped, and I was able to get him because he signed for everybody that was there, and I stepped out of line that time to let other people who had not gotten him get him first. But then at the back of the line, I was still successful in getting this ball signed by him. And I've got a short little video with that I might put up here as well. It's maybe like a little 30-second little blurb. I don't think I'll insert it into this video because that makes things way too complicated. So thank you to Mr. Michael Walker for that. Cardinals, awesome pitcher. So this next one has some field love on it. And I got this from an usher, actually, as I was walking by, and I had talked to him, and he gave this to me. But if you'll see it, it's stamped with practice. And this is from the Marlins and Mets taking batting practice. Somebody hit a home run, and then it eventually ended up in the concourse area. And I was talking to that worker there, and I asked him, I was like, hey, you mind if I have that? And he gave it to me. Because the worst that he can say is no. So, you know, it never hurts to very politely ask. I don't know if I'll have somebody sign this just because of the sweet spot, having that little practice thing in there. But it is an awesome memento from the Marlins Mets batting practice. And I don't know who hit it because I was way outside the stadium. But one of those teams did. The last baseball to share with you this time is on one of the minor league balls. And this is signed by awesome and very under the radar Cardinals prospect. His name is Malcolm Nunez. I think he's from Cuba, and he's maybe like 17 or 18, but he does not look like a 17-year-old or 18-year-old. He's a big guy for a baseball player of that age. Super nice. I think he's trying to get used to people recognizing him a little bit, but I read an article about him, and he is going to be an amazing baseball player. I hope to see him in Peoria this year. I would not be surprised if he starts there and not starting in Johnson City. But he has an interesting signature because I'm not quite sure what it all says because there's a Y in it and there is no Y in his name, but that's how he always signed things. But it's Malcolm Nunez. It's M-A-L-C-O-M, and then the last name is N-U-N-E-Z. Go look him up. Apparently there's YouTube videos from some highlights of him playing, or do a Google search out there, and there's some articles that talk about how he's going to be an awesome prospect. But he signed that for me. I think I have like a picture signed by him as well that I'll share at a later date. So this last item was an awesome pickup. During the scrimmaging at the A level for the Cardinals, I got a bat because it got severely cracked. So this was from Stanley Espinal. He was on State College last year. I think he's been with the Cardinals organization for a couple years, but I saw it in the dugout, and afterwards he was walking out. I was like, oh, you know, who? I was asking a couple of players who had cracked his bat, and he happened to walk by at that time. And I was like, and he offered it. He's like, you want my cracked bat? I was like, sure. So this is cracked bat number 2 for my collection. If you remember, I got the one for Luke and Baker at, I think it was one of the playoff games last year. This bat, though, it's like super sticky, and then you can see where he hit the baseball with it. I mean, you can see the stitching and everything. It definitely stinks, but it's a really cool memento. There's some like grass stuck to it, so I will be getting a case for this. And he does have a really cool kind of, what are these, end caps or whatever for it. Hopefully I will see him in Peoria, and then I could have him sign it. And I will tell you that the ushers were, not ushers, but like the volunteers there were a little weird when it came to bats. They're like, oh, you can't bring that back in, can't bring it into the stadium, can't bring it back into the quad. And I was like, I'm just going to take it to my car. I guess they're considered weapons or something. So I will have to check with Peoria to make sure I can take it to the game. If you're going to get a bat sign, I would double check with the team as well to make sure you can even take it in. That was just an interesting tidbit I learned. But that's a really awesome keepsake. To not get the sticky all over my luggage, I had to put it in this huge duffel bag. But before I did that, I wrapped it in saran wrap a few times. But that is it for now. Like I said, it's part one of many. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great rest of your St. Patrick's Day. And excuse me. Hopefully I will be back with you tomorrow with TTMs.